All right, I just spent 300 bucks on the Chase Bliss mystery box, and let's find out if it's worth it, see what's inside, see how it sounds, and just kind of go with the flow. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Got a bunch of trash. Big mystery, big reveal. A clean pedal. What the? And then a Chase Bliss mystery club. That's kind of cool, but this is what I ended up getting. Chase Bliss clean creative compressor. I'm down with compressors. Now with this clean pedal, well, that's kind of neat. Honestly, I kind of wish I got something else. The clean pedal's cool, but I kind of have my compressors of choice, but who knows? Maybe this is creative enough to keep it interesting. Let's go try it out on some drums and see what we come up with. All right, we're here at the desk. Weeks later, the day I filmed that video was the whole Eaton fire evacuation thing, and we had to get the hell out of here like maybe an hour or two after I filmed that. Absolutely nuts. We're good. We're here. And let's see what this thing sounds like. I've been waiting to hear it, and it's actually really good. So here's this dry signal, and here it is with the clean. So it starts to really crunch and punch, right? I was honestly originally kind of bummed because I was just like, man, I don't want another compressor, but this compressor is actually pretty good, and I can easily see myself using this in a live set situation because you can do really subtle stuff or you can go really harsh. There's a dip switch on the back called Dusty or something, or Crusty. And what's cool with this is even if we turn our wet down, it's post everything. So even just the dry signal, you can start getting it really insane. And we're not even clipping on the recorder over there. So there's a couple different ways that you could really use this. But not only that, another thing that's pretty cool is this EQ knob is really nice. In the center, it's manual mode, and it's just gonna be, right, you're doing a little build-up, everyone's going crazy, you can bring it back. Or there's the low pass mode. I do wish that there was a way to kind of kill this and like just mute it so I can go really high up and then bring it back in. I mean, I can do it there, but it's just a little scary because I don't want to touch the rest of my compressor settings in a live setup. The fact that there's the Dusty Crusty mode as well as this little like, you know, high shelf, low shelf DJ style EQ, but it's just a really simple, crunchy compressor. And this physics thing, which introduces compressor sag, I'm not even going to begin to pretend I know what that means, is pretty cool. But here's how I heard it the best. So if I just go into mute mode and I kind of just bring in this here. Listen to this. When I bring in the clap, it's going to cause these like sounds to kind of start breaking up. Actually, you know what? Let me flip this preset back. And you'll really hear it when I flip the physics all the way to the right. You hear it kind of like falling apart, right? Especially with this one, watch. Oh, it's so messed up. The most important thing to note when it comes to compression and distortion, and especially with the clean, is adjusting your sensitivity. Because like it says in the manual, too much sensitivity, if it's too sensitive, it's just going to be overwhelmed and it's not going to know what to do with your signal. If your sensitivity is too low, there's not enough signals to start pushing all the circuits around. So you really start to adjust this and adjust your dynamics, and that's going to start to really crunch up your sound. What's great about clean is from basically whatever o'clock to noon, it's compression. From noon to about 3 is limiting, and then from 3 to time to clock out is that sag stuff. But along the entire route, this whole thing, it does start to still get effective. So even in the higher moments of compression. I think this is too much. I'm usually here. And if you just start pushing this into limiting territory, watch, when we bring the kick in, it's going to start bumping everything down. This is how you create that groove, right? This is how you use compression to help dance along with your track. Without this, listen to that. The volume is pretty close, but the vibe is gone. I mean, this is definitely louder. And you can go into full limiting mode, which is what I love. And then you got the whole sag era. All the way. It's just too insane. This is, of course, your release and your attack. We can bring this up. This is how quickly the compression acts, right? This is almost like a performance thing right here. And then bring it all in, right? I'm not going to perform on a compressor, but the fact that you kind of can is pretty cool. Sure, I do wish it could be a little more, I guess, creative in the sense of utilizing a compressor, but like Chase Bliss set out to make a really clean, fun, playable compressor. But in my case, where I'm kind of using the end of chain or on a drum machine, it nails the super clean compressor, and it really does really well the limiting side of things I do too, because usually when I play live, I try to play with a limiter instead of a compressor because I just love how hard it squashes. And just to kind of prove that point here, I'll walk you through how I would dial this in to something that I would need when it comes to playing live. So we'll bring in, yeah, these elements are fine. And look, this is way too intense, right? So let's start from scratch. 1 second, let me reset all this. All right, here we are. Here's the dry signal. We'll turn on clean. I'm gonna turn our dry all the way down. I usually don't do any parallel compression when I play live, but you can do it here. It's actually kind of nice. So I just wanna kind of get in the ballpark. Awesome, there's the volume. Sensitivity is good, and I'll just start limiting. And I like a fast attack because I want the sound to really squash down, but I want a fast release as well, because my goal is that when something is too loud, this is how a compressor works, when something's too loud, it's gonna bring the volume of the entire signal down. So I like my kick to be a bit too hot to push the entire signal down, acting as a pseudo sidechain effect. And yes, there's a sidechain input, but I like the way that this sounds more than using the sidechain input, because I like the sounds fighting against one another. So I like a fast attack and a fast release. And we'll just do this so we can really just hear two sounds. And this is like really, really intense, right? So we'll back this off. And right here, you can see that it's moving. That's our indicator saying that, hey, some compression is happening. If our sensitivity is too low, not much is happening. Listen to that. We still got a good kick, and the synth is jumping. Without this, it's just kind of sitting on top, right? It's a little loud. So here. Our kick dynamics and transients stuff do get a little lost, and that's when you start playing with your attack. This will let the kick pop through, but still let the compression on the back end kind of grab it, right? But again, me, I like that fast attack. Now, I usually mix to the kick, so I know that this up hat is a little too loud. And we'll come in one sound at a time. So we'll turn this down, bring this down. Here we go. Bring in the clap. Now watch, when I take the kick out, the clap's gonna be a lot louder. Right, because there's no kick to squash the entire signal. And I'm fine with that. Open this up. Now let's bring in some melodic stuff. That's too loud. Now that starts to dance with our signal, right? There it is. If you want to kind of have really harsh compression and then bring in some more, I guess, dynamics, if you will, bring up your dry. This is parallel compression. You're running the parallel signals of a compressed signal and then the dry signal, no compression on it. Throw a little sag on there. See, that's a little too much. Now I gotta mess with all this stuff. I ain't even gonna bother. All right, let's see how this works. We're gonna bring in a loud bass. Too loud. Bass, you gotta be careful with, because the low end really overwhelms compressor circuits, at least in my experience. And you can see I probably already have this one. Oh, I don't. All right. Cut a little bit of the lows on that. Again, without this, it's cool. It's a track. It's an idea. But with it, it has a bit more vibe and a bit more character, right? If you want to save this, press and hold this. 1, 2, 3. Press and hold this. Boom. Now we save that signal here. And we have my other preset, which is the one that I'll probably end up using live if I do take this thing out. Listen to how slamming this one is. This is way too squashed. This one was built to a different mix though, so that's the problem. But I'm down with this here. Let's see what else we got. Then without the kick. Right, then without everything but kick and bass. Oh, forgot to mute that. Whoa, a lot of movement. Right, let's pull this kick out and bring in the sample. Here we go. Just a clap. Anyway, I appreciate you, my friends. Clean's actually way cooler than I thought it would be. It's super clean. Chase Bliss, great job. Super dope. Wish I got something else, but I ain't mad at it. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one, my friend. Always good to see you. Until then, you know the drill. Share the love. Share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace. Let's hit it.